Housewives. Welcome back to our third episode. Again, thank you to everybody who's already showed me some support. I hope you're enjoying pancakes, grilled cheese, living your best life. Today we're going to do enchiladas. I love enchiladas. They're so easy. You can put them in the oven and come out looking like a superstar, and it really doesn't take much work at all. So today we're going to do, alright, so my mom used to call us to the kitchen and she would tell us that who wants to bone the chicken, which of course we thought was hilarious because, you know, we're thinking who wants to bone the chicken, but really what she meant was who wants to debone the chicken and take the chicken off the bones, or take the bones out of the chicken, however you want to look at it. And so always a good time. So I'm going to just shred this. I did wash my hands, I promise you, before I did this. All I'm going to do is rip apart this rotisserie chicken like it owes me money, because I just want the meat. I take the skin off. If my dogs act right, I give it to them. If my kids act right, I give it to them, depending on who's behaving the most. And sometimes I make them all beg. I make them all sit in front of me, even the kids, and dangle it in front of them and see who could reach it. It's pretty fun. You know, entertain yourself however you can. So I'm just going to shred this up and put it all together. As you can see, it shreds up pretty damn easy, and that's what we're going to do. I'm only going to do the breast on this because I'm not going to be making tons of enchiladas, and then for the sake of time you could literally shred up this whole thing. I bought it cold because I didn't have time to go to Costco today. Costco has the best rotisserie chickens, literally. That's like the jam. But I went to Smart and Final, and Smart and Final, they're like $2 more unless you buy them cold, and if you buy them cold because they're like yesterday's rotisserie chickens, they're only $5, otherwise they're $7. And so $5, $7, I'm going to take the $5 one as much as I can. So all I'm doing is kind of feeling around, getting out these little slimy bones. Dun, 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 dun. And look at that, good to go. Now this is pretty boring, just the chicken by itself. I mean, it would be good, it would be tasty, but you also can add stuff to it. You could chop up some onions and cook some onions. That would be good if you like onions. My husband doesn't like onions, so he ruins it for everybody. But you could also dice up some jalapenos in there if you want it to be spicy. You can use a can of just like the green chilies, the diced green chilies, which can make it tasty. You could add a can of diced tomatoes with green chili. I think I'll do that. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Shit, let's do it. Alright. So I'm actually just going to open up a can. I had it here for something else, but I got a pantry full of crap, so I'll just pull another one out. But just so that the chicken's not dry. Now when I was growing up, my mom used to put cream cheese in the enchiladas, in the chicken, and it actually is pretty good. I don't do it so much anymore, only because it's super creamy and super cheesy, and I like mine to be a little bit different. But look at that, boom. I just took some of the juice out. This is just diced green tomatoes with green chilies. You might see them like Rolos, I don't know, some brand. I use the Casa Mamita because this is what's cheap at Aldi. I think I pay like 45 cents a can versus $1, so I'm winning. Just put it on the counter. And so I just added those tomatoes to that, and now I'm just going to stir it up. Look at that, so easy. I'm not going to add anything else to it because I simply don't want to. And that's easy, just throw it back in there if you drop it. Alright. Enchilada filling done. Boom. 5 minutes at tops. I'm also now going to start the vegetarian kind. The vegetarian ones I actually have to cook, but I have to chop up the vegetables first. I pre-washed everything so that you wouldn't have to see me going back and forth to the sink. But for the vegetarian ones, I'm going to do zucchini, bell pepper, black beans, and just regular old corn. And so I'm using these little baby bell peppers. I like them because you can buy a bag and they have a bunch of different colors, and then you're not like obligated to cut up a bunch of if you only want a half a bell pepper, you can use like 3 of these little ones versus having to use the whole bell pepper, because once you cut it, they usually don't stay very wonderful after that. So I literally just cut these in half and then rip the insides out. So I'm going to do a couple of these, and then I'm going to show you an actual bell pepper. So this one's all deformed and funky because I'm like a subscriber to one of those ugly produce boxes. All the fruit and vegetables that like can't be sold at the market because they're ugly or weird looking or whatever, you can get them at a cheaper price. And so I subscribe. I get like a mystery box every 2 weeks, and this came in today. It's a little ugly, stupid looking bell pepper, but he'll taste just fine. I can show you a fancy way of cutting them, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to show off. My third episode, wait till I get all jamming, and then I'll show you what I'm really made of. But this, I'm just going to cut the top off and rip its guts out. And you can rinse these seeds out. I'm going to rinse them out just real fast. Only because, I don't know, it feels better to me. And so all I do is chop this stuff up and throw it in a bowl, because I'm going to put it in a pan and just kind of saute it a little bit so it's soft. Your knife cuts don't have to be perfect. Like, I know I watch Food Network and they're all like, pa, 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 pa. I don't know. I feel like you need to get a hobby. If you can cut stuff that fast and that good, you spend too much time in the kitchen. Maybe you should, I don't know, get a girlfriend or something. That's rude, huh? I probably shouldn't be so rude. But that's rude. She's waiting for the chicken and she didn't get it, so now she's mad. Alright, so chop away, chop away. Here I go. Talking time out. So here we go. So I'm going to chop, chop, chop. I keep putting this in front of the camera here only because that's how I normally cook. But these ones I'm just, again, dicing into small pieces. You can cut them however you want, but remember that enchiladas you usually eat with a fork. You don't have like a steak knife or anything with them. If you're needing a steak knife for your enchiladas, you're not making them right. I'm just saying. Alright, so as I chop up these bell peppers, and I'll do the rest of these here in a minute, the other thing that I'm going to add is zucchini. So zucchini looks like a cucumber, but it's definitely not. It has like a thicker stalk on it. So if you see one with a thick stalk, that is a zucchini. And I'm going to cut this in half. This one's also from my ugly produce box. I don't know what's ugly about it. I think it's pretty cute. But I'm going to cut these. I'm probably making Amberelle like sweat right now. She's probably watching, trying to get ideas. Big meat! Here we go. But I'm just chopping this up. Again, knife skills are not my thing because my food tastes good, so I don't really care if it's pretty or not. It is, but I'm just cutting these up however I feel like it. And I'm kind of salty right now, so I'm surprised these aren't going to be all like chopped up all crazy. I guess wait there, maybe, we'll see. Anyways, these are not beautiful knife cuts, but I really don't give a crap today. Are you guys going to eat? Yes. Are you going to enjoy it? Absolutely. And if you don't, you can get Uber Eats or something like that. And you can eat shit. That's what I'm saying. Alright. So those are the only things. Oh, I also am going to chop up a jalapeno for that. I was going to say that's all I was going to chop for that. Now, I see people take the seeds out of their jalapenos because they're like, oh, it's so spicy. I like spicy, so I'm going to leave the seeds in there. I'm going to chop up the whole thing, but if you wanted to, you could easily just pull the seeds out of this. We're from California. Our jalapenos are not like super hot, at least not for me. So I'm going to put this in there, and then I'm going to put some garlic because we want it to have a little bit of pizzazz to it. And so I'll show you in a moment how I cut up garlic. And again, there's no like super special technique to this. It's just me doing my thing. Okay, I have whole garlic cloves. A garlic clove, they all have this yucky paper on them. And so the best way for me to do it, and again I'm just doing it on the same cutting board. This one's actually 3. I just line them up with the paper, the husk, whatever you want to call it. I put my knife on top of it and then bam, I just smash it. Because then it allows me to take the paper off of it pretty easily. When I cook Italian food, this one didn't pop enough. When I cook Italian food, sometimes I just put the whole smashed clove in there like that. So when you are cooking with garlic, if you read a recipe and it says you need a clove of garlic is one of each segment in a bulb of garlic. So like the whole thing is a bulb of garlic. You can use that if you need a lot of it. But garlic is really powerful, so usually you just need a few cloves. You can also buy like the pre-chopped garlic. I use that more often than not, but I just happen to get these in my box, so I'm using them. So I already smashed the shit out of these with my knife. So all I'm really doing is cutting them up in very small pieces. Like you definitely don't want somebody to get a big ass clove of garlic, unless they're a vampire and you're trying to kill them. And then I think it's perfectly appropriate. But maybe you don't want to kill them. Maybe you want them to make you a vampire. And then you could have a half vampire, half human kid, and they can grow up really fast and move out of your house quicker, which is like every parent's dream. Oh, that's just my dream? Oh, my bad. Okay. Garlic is chopped. I'm going to give just another go through because I don't have any vampires, and I'm not having any more kids because I already learned my lesson. And that's it. We're going to start sauteing that before we start rolling up these enchiladas. So meet me at the stove. Alright, so we're over at the stove now. We're going to start cooking the stuff that's going to go in the vegetable enchiladas. We don't have to cook the chicken and stuff because it's already cooked. The chicken was already cooked and it'll heat up. We're going to heat them up in the oven so we don't have to make it hot. But for this, because it's all raw, we need to cook it. So I have a frying pan or a saucepan on medium heat. Again, for most stuff you don't need to go past medium unless you're going to sear something. This we want to cook kind of low. So the first thing I'm going to throw in there, this is olive oil, but you can use any kind of neutral oil that you want. Vegetable oil, canola oil, even if you wanted to use coconut oil, but I think coconut oil has a coconut taste to it, so I don't use it for like Mexican food. I might use it for Thai food or Chinese food, but not anything that doesn't normally have coconut in it. So again, just a little olive oil, probably about a couple tablespoons. I threw my 3 cloves of garlic in there, and I will tell you this, garlic cooks super fast, and so you don't want to have the heat up too high, but I do want the garlic to kind of flavor the oil a little bit before I add the veggies. So I have all of my chopped veggies. This is just the bell peppers and the zucchini and the jalapeno that I'm going to throw in there. And then again, if you wanted to, you could also add diced onion or whatever else you wanted to, or any other vegetables that you enjoy. But these ones I think go together pretty well. And so what we're looking to do is not necessarily cook these until they're to oblivion, where they're just like all mushy. We just want to cook them until they're a bit soft so that they will taste good in the enchilada. I always want to salt my vegetables because that's what lets some of the tukey juices out. So let me get my salt here. So this is just kosher salt. I know it says sea salt on it, but to be honest with you, I've had this container from Costco for like 5 years, and I just keep pouring kosher salt into it. I prefer kosher salt over sea salt. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I just like it. And I'm sitting here, I already had to chug my other beer because I was feeling salty and angry. I don't know why. But you know, not every housewife can be wonderful every day. I might be hangry, to be perfectly honest with you. We'll find out after I eat enchiladas if I'm in a good mood. So, what I'm going to keep doing is saute this. I want it to just get beautiful and golden and wonderful. It smells great, by the way. I know you don't have smell-o-vision, but if you could smell this, you'd be like, oh yeah, that smells like wonderful. It's the garlic. Unless you don't like the smell of garlic, then it smells like crap, but I do. Alright, I'm going to let this sit for a minute, and I'm actually going to turn it up a little bit higher because now the garlic has been integrated with all this stuff. It's not going to burn. While that's cooking, and I'm just going to let it sit, I'm going to add black beans and corn to this to just give it another layer of awesome. The corn, I just opened, and I'm just using canned corn and canned beans because we don't eat a lot of beans, like tons at a time, so to make a whole pot of beans is a waste of life, so I would rather do something else. So I'm just going to drain the water out of the corn, but because I'm going to be using black beans, I actually rinse my black beans, so I'm going to open those up, but I'm going to rinse them in the sink. And I use a sieve because, let me tell you, black beans, the water in them looks like mud, and that mud's not appetizing. I don't know who's a mud licker. Well, I have one friend who's a mud licker, but I love her anyways. So anyways, I'm going to rinse these in the sink real fast. Alright, so because I had said to you earlier not to worry about your knife cut so much, if you are cooking this and you find some big ass pieces, which I am right now, I just cut them with my spatula. They're vegetables, it's whatevs. Because you don't want to have like big huge pieces and then little pieces, because then it'll be weird when they'll cook it different. different levels. You'll have some things that are like crunchy and then other things that are not so crunchy. So again, I'm not trying to cook these to oblivion. I just want them to be a little bit soft. I'm going to add some flavor to that. So I added salt, but salt is not the only seasoning that you can use. Cumin, which is what I'm going to use right now. Cumin is magic. Cumin is used a lot in Mexican food. It's a warm flavor. If you've ever had like taco seasoning, cumin is one of the main ingredients there. I know I didn't measure it, but that was about maybe a teaspoon and a half. And we're just going to add that to give it a little flavor. And these are looking as good as I'd like them to be. So now I'm going to add the black beans. I rinsed them in the sink. Boom, black beans, done. Alright, next one. Can of corn, I drained them in the sink. Kids, don't try this at home. Boom, corn, fantastic. Look how easy that was. Throw that in the garbage. The next thing that you can do is you can actually add cilantro if you wanted to. I normally would add cilantro to this, but I didn't have any. I forgot to buy some at the store, so it's not a make or break situation. And so there you have it. That is going to be the filling, as you can see, for our veggie enchiladas. And this is going to make a bunch of them. I can tell you, I do this every time I cook more than what we'll eat. So we're going to have enchilada leftovers all weekend long. And Eric's pretty happy about that. So, okay, let's move back over to the counter. We're going to start rolling these bitches up and make them into the wonderful goodies that they're going to be. All right. Alright, so we've got the chicken done, we have the vegetables done, and now we're going to assemble. So this is super easy. I'm using canned enchilada sauce because I really don't care to make everything from scratch, especially when I'm in a hurry. And I've got drinking to do tonight, so I'm not in a hurry. So I'm just using regular old green enchilada sauce. I prefer green enchilada sauce, and I prefer flour tortillas, but I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. So if you wanted to use corn tortillas or you wanted to use red enchilada sauce, knock yourself out. Either one would be fine. I think that green enchilada sauce and flour tortillas go together better than red sauce and flour tortillas, and vice versa. So whatever you want to do is perfectly fine. These are also not like, oh my god, I'm so Mexican, authentic enchiladas. These are straight up white girl. This is how I make enchiladas. So I heated up these tortillas literally just in the package in the microwave. I'm not looking for them to be crispy or crunchy on the outside. I just want them to be soft enough where I can fold. So I threw them in the microwave for like 45 seconds. And so now they're all soft and pliable. That's what I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do for the chicken ones is I'm going to just stuff some chicken in there about, I don't know, halfway. And because I like these to be a bit cheesy, if I can open this, then I just throw a little bit of shredded cheese in here. And I'm using just asadero cheese because that's what I had. And I had some other like Mexican cheese blend in the fridge, but we finished it yesterday. So this is what I had in the freezer. And I think I got this cheese again, surprise, surprise, at Aldi for like $2. Alright, so I'm filling these. All I'm doing, again, they don't have to be perfect. I threw some enchilada sauce in the bottom of the pan simply so you could get them out of the pan. They won't stick. Some people put like non-stick cooking spray in there. You can do that too. It's whatever you want to do. But you just need something in the bottom so that they don't stick. I like glass pans versus like metal pans, but if you want to use metal pan, that's fine too. But I just like glass ones. I don't know. They clean easier. They like present nicer. I don't know. Whatever you have, it's fine. So again, chicken, cheese, wrap, that's it. Chicken, cheese, wrap, but you get the point. I'm going to do a couple more of these chicken ones, and then I'm going to do the veggie ones. And so at this point, I have my oven on. I'm preheating to 350. I put it on before I started wrapping, so well, I'm not wrapping, but that'll come later. Before I start wrapping these enchiladas, because I want it to be hot when I put them in. We're going to bake them and let them get all melty and yummy. So I'm going to do some of the vegetable ones in another pan. And I like to do them in different pans, so I could be like, in this pan I have chicken, in this pan I have veggies. Otherwise, when they're all wrapped up and saucy and cheesy, people are like, oh, this is a mystery enchilada. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to get. Kind of like dating. Kind of like dating. You never know. All right. Same concept here. We're just going to throw some of the filling in. And then if you want to put cheese in these, you can. I just think everything's better with cheese. I have an obsession with fatty dairy products like butter, cheese. We're doing like living our best life. I don't drink milk. I don't do any of that stuff. But butter and cheese are like, it's how I get my calcium. I'm gonna justify it that way. I get my calcium from butter and cheese, and that's why I don't have osteoporosis. So here we go. So now I just put a little sauce on the bottom of this one. I always put the seam down, the tortilla seam down, so they don't open up. And again, throw it in there. It's however much you want to add. How fat do you want your enchiladas? If you have a bunch of people to feed, you could definitely like make them skinnier. Make them think they're getting like 3 enchiladas, but in reality it's like one big fatty broken up into 3. If you want to make it stretch, right? Here we go. Wrap, roll, wrap and roll, wrap and roll. Kind of like Run DMC. You wrap and you rock and roll. So this one, I'm going to do one more of these. And then I'll shut off the camera because I'm out of cheese in this bag. So this one's not going to have cheese in it. That'll be a prize. Whoever gets the veggie enchilada with no cheese wins nothing. You get nothing. Alright, so I will finish rolling these up and show you the next step in just a moment. Alright, so we have rocked, we have rolled, we have all our enchiladas ready to go. Beautiful, beautiful. So now we're just going to finish them up. Literally all I do is pour the enchilada sauce over the top. I don't drown them because I want the tortillas not to be a big, fat, soggy, ugly, nasty mess. That's for other situations, not today. So I just put enough to give them a little juicy, and I'm going to spread this around with a spoon real fast. No big deal. Just a little, give it a little love. And then what we're going to do is we're going to top it off with cheese. I love cheese. I love cheese on everything. Like literally, I feel like cheese should be its own food group. Like this bag is empty. This bag is almost empty. I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top because what I'm going to do is put this in the oven and let it get all melty and gooey and lovely and wonderful. Okay, that bag's empty. Now, I had to pull the third bag out. These are only like 2 cups. Yeah, 2 cups of shredded cheese. That's not enough for enchiladas, or at least not 2 big old trays. Technically speaking, this cheese right here is frozen because I buy it and put it in the freezer. But you know what? It's about to go into a 350-degree oven and it'll melt. So I'm cool. I'm like, whatevs. Let's just use it all. Eric is living his best life right now. He's never been so happy in his whole life. So we're just going to spread it out. I'm grouchy right now, so I'm just like, fuck it. Oh, can I say fuck it on YouTube?
Good.
I guess I am today. Alright, so for those of you that don't like profanity, unsubscribe now because this is how I talk. Okay. So there they go. We're going to stick them in the oven. I have to wash my hands because I literally just got cheese and enchilada sauce all over my hands. Some people put sliced olives on top. If you wanted to do that, you can. I just like mine plain, cheesy, delicious. And so I'm going to pop them in the oven. They'll stay in there. Again, it's preheated to about 350. Oh, these bitches are heavy. It's a good thing I work out. So I'm going to pop those in the oven for about 30 minutes. While those are getting all percolated, I'm actually going to make some rice. I'm not going to do the tutorial on that today because I'm kind of bitchy right now and I don't really feel like it. So I'm going to drink my beer. I'm going to make my rice and we'll come back as soon as these are out of the oven. See you in 30 minutes. It'll be like 12 seconds for you, but it'll be 30 minutes for us. Oh, shit, we're back. Oh, I was trying to dilute my salt right now because my salt content is high. Enchiladas are done. They're they're cheesy, crispy, crunchy, all of the above. I made the rice. I had a couple beers. I'm trying to relax, you know. There's all this pressure in the world to be like the whole enchilada since we're going with the theme of you got to be everything for everybody, and it gets tiring after a while. So I don't know what my bad mood's about today, but I'm going to sleep it off and I'll be fine tomorrow. But in the meantime, I still made some delicious food. My family's going to be happy. You see how crunchy this is? Does that make you happy, Eric?
Hell yeah, it does.
Hell yeah, it does. He always likes the crunchy edges where the cheese is cooked too much. I'm going to make that for him. Alright, I'm going to serve it up right now. He's going to get 1 chicken. If I can get this one out. Okay. He's going to get 1 chicken, 1 vegetable. And again, there's always this pressure for perfection to be everything to everybody. And I'm just here to let you know, you don't have to be. I'm about to jack this enchilada up, and he's going to eat it, and he's still going to love me. Hold on, Eric. Let me get all the crusties out. Do you want all this burnt shit at the bottom?
Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if he does. Look at that. So that's his chicken one. I know the presentation's not perfect, but you know what? I don't really care. So we're going to do one of the vegetarian ones. These are going to come out much easier. I just burnt that one. I didn't put any sauce on the end of that. So here is his vegetarian one. And do you want rice? Yes. Of course he wants rice. Look at all that smoke coming out of that. It's called steam, but I'm going to call it smoke because you don't want any of my smoke today, let me tell you. So this is this perfectly cooked, wonderful rice. Tell me when.
One more, that's it. Like, that's good.
Oh, that's good? Okay. So there you have it, my friends. Well, let me fix that. Oh, and he wants some garnish. He loves onions. He loves onions. Look at that, some green onions. You want all of it?
I'll save some for later.
Oh, he'll save some for later. He's like, give me all them onions there. Because I'm angry, so I want you to have heartburn. Eat your plate, bitch.
Thanks.
You're welcome. There
Can
you
I
have
get a fork?
it. Fork yourself. What the
You
hell?
took my fork.
You want everything. God, I gotta do everything for these fucking ungrateful kids. Okay, so, oh, that's 2 F words. Alright, the mango cart's starting to hit. Alright, rice, enchiladas, vegetarian, chicken, Brocota housewife. It really didn't take that long. All you needed was a rotisserie chicken, a cutting board, and some stuff. Maybe one of these days, when I'm in a better mood, I'll teach you how to make this rice. That will make you popular, and all your friends will like you. But until then, I'm going to pinkies up my bitches. I'm going to drink my beer. I'm going to take a nap, maybe eat something, and we'll see you next time. By the way, next time will be my birthday month. Woo, woo, woo. And it's a big birthday. I don't want to tell you which one, but it's a big one. I'm going to be making some of my Just Can't Get Enough cupcakes, an ode to Depeche Mode, my favorite band in the whole universe. I'll see you in a few weeks with some Just Can't Get Enough pancakes. Just Can't Get Enough cupcakes. You'll love it. Alright, peace out. Don't forget to hit like, tell a friend, give me some more subscribers, and I'll keep making you yummy food.